hate to talk about this, but here we fucking go. So today I'm going to talk about the new trend that everyone making is shit. It doesn't excuse you the fact that you make a trend that involves bestiality and zoophilia. You just made a fucking trend that's sexual. Let me explain. The trend you made is you can't date a dog. I'm sorry to say this, but you're just fucked up. You literally made a trend that's literally bad for the community. I hate it. Like, why in the fuck would you make a trend that you think is, oh, but it's just gacha? We don't give a fuck. It's not right trend. Now, I'm glad there are some people who understand and that they made a mistake. I'm just talking about the people who don't understand it and just think that they're doing right. Think that they're not doing anything bad when they are. Like, considering the fact is, most people don't understand the fact that this is a freaking trend, and the trend is sexual, and I hate it. And it's just a bad trend that just can't just stay dead. Trends are just stupid. They usually just lead to this, and the trend I hate is you can't date a dog is because how retarded it is. It's illegal. I treat my dogs like my own son. I treat my own dog like my own son. And just because you evolve gachi heat doesn't mean it's excusable. In fact, you're just being as toxic as you are as those dumbass retard communities who just want to ruin everything for the gacha community. I fucking hate it. You think we would accept it, don't you? Well, I'm glad there are some people who understand the mistake they made, and it shows that they're not like that. I just think it's unnecessary to make a trend like that when considering they're like it's really bad to community's image. Like, what's the difference between a freaking community with who wants to enjoy a freaking thing between something that's common? Exactly. No one wants to see that bullshit, and no one will ever want to agree with you because you're just being toxic and ruining the community. Now, I do respect the fact that some accept the mistakes, but I'm talking about the people who won't, flat out stop. Like, if you make a bunch of videos saying you can't kiss a dog, you can't date a dog, or you can't date a cat. Oh god, I think I get an idea. It's just fucking great. But excuse me. Like I was saying, I hate it. Like it's a terrible excuse, and that no one should agree with it. It doesn't deserve an excuse to do that. I'm stating the facts. If it's something sexual, it doesn't deserve anything. It doesn't deserve any respect as a meme because it's trash. And I don't think being toxic and saying, oh, but we're getting hate. You get the hate because you deserve it. You can't expect people to agree with you and not be pissed at you, considering you just made something that's a fetish. That's fetishizing it, and you're acting like it's okay. You do know this is an institutional problem for the community and its image as a group community. You basically ruined it for everyone. Also, as for anything else, I prefer you not to make this gacha heat bullshit because it's a retarded thing that you should have never made. Like, what kind of moron thinks is necessary to make a sexual thing? I want an actual reason. Exactly, you haven't. You just gave it a bullshit reason. You just gave people a bullshit reason to hate it. You gave people more reasons to hate the community. Like, do you think everyone would just agree with you? No one will agree with you. There are reasons why I hate this dang community. I'm going to resent this community as a whole. Like, seriously. While I like to just make characters and make funny skits like a normal person, not a dumbass who makes heat for just to piss off people, I don't make heat videos. That's a fact. Because making gacha heat is porn. You fucking idiots. I swear. One of these days, this community is going to be more shitty. And because these new trends are getting made, like the one I'm hating, you can't date a dog, it's going to become more shitty with the fact that gacha heaters want to make sexual shit and even pornographic crap. I swear, this community is going to become garbage. And the next day, a new trend is made. It's probably going to be crappy. I bet. And as for anything else about the whole you can't throw out meme, stop it. You're not doing anything good. You're just making the community look bad. You're doing that and it's a fact. And I hate the fact that you're doing this trend. You kids need to understand that this trend is freaking wrong and it doesn't deserve any respect. Don't start acting like you're toxic. You're the ones being toxic here. You just make a dumb thing, just expect the people to like agree with it. You know, at least there are some people who agree with the mistake they made and apologize. I mean, understand their reasons and apologize. But if they actually are toxic to the people who enjoy their videos, then they obviously don't deserve respect. Now, what else could the fans do? Not make this damn trend. That's a fact. Just stop making it. Seriously, what kind of moron thinks? What kind of idiot would agree with a trend that's not even much remotely good? Exactly. Now, anything else? Well, I don't really expect much other than the community to become crap. Like, I don't freaking expect a community to flat out become crappy after not listening. Like, how many times did I tell you this? Listen. Stop. That's what I've been imagining. It'd be like a SpongeBob meme where everyone's like, how many times did I teach you this lesson, man? And the gacha community is just not caring because they're trash. Because half of them is trash, and the only good ones are the smart ones who actually know what's good and not good. Hell, I won't be surprised if they just flat ruin anything. Hell, if they ruin my favorite anime, it's not gonna be a surprise. It's just gonna be a disappointment to show that you're crap. You can ruin anything. The gacha community can flat ruin anything. Like, hell, I may not be like a good at making gacha content, but at least I try to make comedy. Like, seriously. I make characters just for fun. I just want people to enjoy my content. Like, I just make I make this doll character for the first time, and then I can imagine people ruining it. Hell, I won't be surprised. I won't be surprised at anything, to be honest. In fact, it's not really surprising considering that the community can make any bad trend, while some can make good ones, such as simply wholesome or something nice. But, like all communities, they can suck. Just name the facts. Don't start acting like I'm toxic, I'm pointing out the facts. Like, what kind of community will agree with making this gacha heap bullshit? Like, no one will agree with that. Seriously, who will agree with that shit? Exactly. Now, is there anything else I'd like to say about this damn trend? Well, besides the fact that, despite the fact that, I don't know, maybe the fact that the trends are just really crappy. Like, I don't really see the reason into like, making a trend when considering you're just ruining a community. Like, flat out ruining anything good can be a bad community. It shows that you're just trying to ruin everything. And anything else. Also, here's the thing. I'm fine with characters being aged up. As long as you don't, make it actually pedophilic like you creepos. Like seriously, I make a character like this, a child doll character, blah blah blah. A killer doll, like here's the thing, a killer doll who's a child. Seriously, you sexualize that and don't age her up, then you're just gonna be pedophiles. Or you're not pedophiles, but you're just gonna make it look like that. Like, I don't see the reason in, like, keeping to making this creepy shit when considering that you're just making a crappy stuff. Now, before you're saying, "Oh, come on, we're not that bad," note, you're just making creepy stuff. That's not acceptable. That is literally either a fetish, and you're not being, you don't deserve respect if you keep doing it. Like, I don't really see the reason into making something so unrespectable and unreliable. It doesn't mean crap considering the fact that you're just making something creepy. Now, what else could they stop? I don't know, maybe stop making trends that are so bad. Like, I don't see the reason into making these bad trends. Like, I'm gonna say this right now. Just because you make a trend and you get views doesn't mean you're respectable. In fact, you lose respect if you keep making trends like this. Hell, I just prefer to make fun stuff, like stuff that's comedy based. But no, just no. So, is there anything else I'd like to add up to this? And how they got you this? Well, besides the fact that you have a crappy community and, just the fact that communities can sometimes be crappy. And it tends to become a bad community considering the fact that you basically have anything that goes bad. Anything possible can be bad shitty. Doesn't matter how good it is. It doesn't matter how popular the app is, because how fun the stuff is making. If you make something bad, you're making toxic stuff. Doesn't matter, doesn't excuse it. Now, it doesn't excuse it by meaning you're basically making toxic stuff. I mean, it doesn't excuse it by saying, it doesn't excuse anything, because, there's always going to be a toxic community. Like, I just don't think that there are things that are necessary to add when you should know that this stuff has consequences. And I know everything, oh, but it's fictional. I'm just pointing out that adding pedophilic stuff will still get you demonetized, and if you keep making this shit, you're going to be considered a pedophile. Because if you enjoy that shit, then you're a pedo. Like, I don't see the reason into making something so pedophilic if you're just going to be creepy as fuck. Like, I'm not the type to do that shit. Like, you don't see me like making anything pedophilic. Like, my character is just a shark dude. Like, me being a Golo is just a fun song. Like, you don't see me like making anything pedophilic and just using characters. In fact, I use kid characters and age them up. I don't like being pedophilic. Like, Toph is my waifu from Avatar, but I'm not that crazy enough to freaking do anything pedophilic. Now, unless they're now, I'm not gonna talk about anything sexual. As long as they're legal age, then it's fine. But I'm not gonna mention or get into it. That'll lead to some weird bullshit. This counts for any character that's like a minor, and I'm not a fan of the minors. In fact, I don't like it. It's just weird. And also, before you ask about what about the pornographic shit on the internet, that shit's been added because it's common. It's just not allowed on YouTube due to the fact that even if you try to censor it, people won't still agree with gacha due to the fact that it's still shown through the looks of the characters and they're looking sexual. You're making gacha like freaking creeps, so stop making that shit. This counts for trends too. If you're gonna make a trend, then don't make it fucking sexual. So this actually does correlate with the you can't date a dog trend, cause it's sexual. Sometimes it's not, but still it's fucked up. Like seriously, freaking dating a dog? What the fuck? Like, what's the difference? What's so great about that? Like, seriously, I don't see the appeal of it. Like, it doesn't matter or anything. Like, it doesn't freaking matter, okay? So is there anything else I'd like to add up? Well, look, I like to say that just don't do anything pedophilic, okay? That's all I want. Just stop the pedophilic shit. You have to, like, do anything, like, you don't have to stop your ships or do anything bad or anything like that. But the problem is, you keep making pedophilic shit, you're just gonna be creep. You're just gonna be that type of person, or a trend person. You're just gonna be that type of person who does creepy ass trends, and no one's gonna respect you. You're just gonna lose all the respect you have, or whatever respect you actually had. If you ask me, you probably didn't have it. You probably lose it considering you're just making creepy trends. Like, I don't see the point in making them if you're just gonna make these shitty trends. That's the fact. You're making them, you're just being creepy as fuck. Now, what about other stuff related to that? Well, I prefer you not to be like that, because, look, you're just making a bad reputation for your community. That's it. It doesn't matter if you're still gonna do it and get views. What you're just gonna be like those types of toxic fans who just want to make anything sexual and ruin everything for the community. So it doesn't excuse you. You don't get an excuse. Now, is there anything else I want to put up? Well, I don't know. It's just the fact that it's just that I dislike the fact that the community so go out the way to do anything to get views that makes us, the normal ones, look bad. Like, I don't care how many views I get as long as it makes people, as long as people enjoy it. That's what I want. People to enjoy my videos. It doesn't matter if they like it or not. As long as they enjoy it, that's fine. I just personally think it's unnecessary to make this creepy shit. It's creepy because it is. You know full well it is. It's just you just can't say it because then you'll be attacked by the toxic ones. And you know I know full well they're toxic. They just want to do anything to piss people off. Now, what about other stuff? Well, look, I can't really say much for them. Maybe the stuff people who grew out of it and stopped doing that shit can change. It's hard to find some people because there's some, I'm not gonna mention them because it's disrespectful. I feel like it's best not to do that. I actually dislike mentioning people, but I'm not gonna mention anyone because I feel like it's unnecessary. But like everything, it's best to, stay out of drama and not stress, stop and wait till they realize they're doing it wrong. But if they're not, then it's best to tell them. Because if they realize it, then they'll stop doing it, which is good. Because I personally think there are people who just have problems and issues. We all have issues. I'm not perfect. Neither am. Neither am I. What I'm pointing out is people have issues. And there are some things that just can't be, dealt with. And what else do I have to say? Just freaking, don't be like that, okay? It's just unnecessary, and it's just unnecessary bullshit. That's the fact. And there are many things that you can't stop because usually they just want to try anything to piss you off. It doesn't really matter what you do, it's still gonna be different. It's still gonna be bad, no matter what. So, yeah, and one more thing, I just don't really like this trend. It just pisses me off, it disappoints me that someone make a zoophobia trend just because they think it's, oh, but it's so good, blah, 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 bullshit. I feel like people would agree with that. The toxic ones. But you know how bullshit it's. You know how gacha gets is. It doesn't really matter, even if I try. Hell, it pisses me off that the blush, even when used at the full level. Let me show you. I think Lumi made a mistake adding the blush. That's what I'm pointing out. Where's the blush setting? Blush setting. Fuck, I'm gonna regret this. But here we fucking go. Face. Where the fuck's that blush setting? Yeah, look at that. If I get rid of the blush position, okay. Yeah, look at this shit. It nearly looks like gacha heat. That's why I hate this. Like, seriously, what the fuck is wrong with people? I can tell people are just freaking screwed up or something like that. But I feel like Rudy made a mistake pretty much making the blush setting, because in hindsight, you can't blame him all the time, because, blush setting, you know how bullshit gets. But then again, this is a community that do anything to get views. So yeah, it's not really surprising. Like anything that's sexual can be used to piss people off. It's not surprising, it's just disappointing. So yeah. As you see, I'm disappointed in this community with their trends. So I hope you all enjoyed the video and goodbye.